Your car won't lock with the keys anyway. Count down. Oh, what is it? We live?
We're live. Okay.
We live right now?
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. This is Well, That's Funny podcast with Sam. I myself, Sam P, and
Some.
my co-host. Act like she's a deer in headlights. I don't know what's that about. And we have a special guest today, Khaleesi K.
What's up?
And we're going to have some interesting topics today we want to talk about. And but before we get started, let's just, I'm going to go around a little bit. Something, tell them a little bit about, for those that hadn't already heard, tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you're doing, and where you going.
I'm some. I'm here to take today. Taking off with doing my writing. School is over. Yes, school is over for the summer.
Did you pass, though?
It don't matter. School is over. Yeah, all A's.
It
You know how I do it.
It do matter.
It all A's.
Okay.
So, this term, I'm laying it down for the summer.
All terms.
I'm laying it down for the summer, hoping to take a cruise.
I thought you said counselor cruise. You're going to just do school.
No, my brain is fried. I'm gonna try the cruise.
Need a little break.
I need a break.
Okay, well. Okay. So you're a poet now. You write.
Yes, I'm still writing. And no, you can't see it, cause all about
I
you.
wanted you to give me. Well,
Now, is it poetry?
No, it's not poetry.
Oh, okay.
I'm writing a book.
Okay.
and about me.
No, it's not all about you. It's about upcoming, being the struggles that I had. It's a
Page turner.
it's gonna keep you woke. I hope.
Like an autobiography about yourself?
Yeah,
No.
What's up?
yeah.
So it's one of those me stories.
No, it's not a me stories. The little characters there. I mean, it's the book is about me, but it's not about me.
Then I said,
Gotcha.
me. One more me. You said me, right? I said me.
So
me,
you basically
me.
have created characters to
Basically.
be able to go through some of the things
About-
that you've gone through
Right.
within your life.
About
There
me.
you go.
Me,
Well, it's her
me,
journey. It's her
It's
journey,
my
you know.
journey.
But
Read
you
it
know,
or don't read it.
everything we go through is a testimony to be able to help the next person.
So you brought her in here to double team me. Isn't it?
Is that what this is? No, that ain't what it is.
I told you it's gonna get seasoned. We're bringing some flavor to it.
Okay, Khaleesi K, tell us a little bit about you, because I can't tell already about a little bit about you, but tell us a
What
little
can you
bit.
tell about me so far?
This
know
is
he's
your
saying
this
little
is
bit.
your boy right here. This is your girl right here.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, Khaleesi, tell us a little bit about you, who you are, where you going, what brings you to the Well That's Funny
She's
podcast.
making big things happen.
Well, first, I met, my new friend,
You hear that?
sister,
You hear that echo in here?
something today. Feel like we've been knowing each other for years, so this was a God appointment. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it starts.
Yeah, so so we connected. So she asked me if I come. I was available. I'm here, but I'm a mom of 8. I have my own business. I've had it for over 15 years. I sing with a professional gospel ministry, and I have a nonprofit called The Back of My Sisters. So that
Already.
focuses towards young women and older women, just helping us to be able to get to our journey of who we are, what our purpose is. You know what I'm saying? So we can continue to grow and become who God has called us to be. So,
I'm sensing a movement.
what kind of movement?
I'm not gonna say this. Is Well, That's Funny podcast. Biz, we're gonna thank you for coming out and helping us with this here. And
Thank you, Biz.
there's
Thank
a
you,
2-on-1 in
Biz.
here, but that's okay.
Well, you know,
Because-
you got the 1-2 with the comedy. You should be able to
Well,
take it, right?
I'm all in.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
all the way live with it.
There you go.
Y'all ready?
We
We
ready.
ready. We stay ready to keep you getting ready.
Hey, man. I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, but anyway, no, I'm not ready, y'all. I'm just here to bring out these wonderful minded, spiritual, uplifting women and their topics to the viewers and let's hate it. The viewers, we went up.
Okay.
You been checking it out?
I have checked it up. We are all the way up to 60.
60?
60.
So was that 24? See that? That boy won't God, won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
Yes,
I'm
he
telling
will.
you, that's how I met Kalisa K. I was sitting there and I looked up and I said, we got this podcast today. I got to be on there with Sam.
Speak into the mic.
I got to be on there with Sam.
Because I want the listeners to
And I'm
hear that because it
mad
sounds like
as
that was
hell.
a problem.
I'm mad as hell. Patting my wig. Oh, new
Oh,
hair.
that ain't- oh,
Patting
that
my
ain't
new
you?
hair.
That ain't you?
Patting my new hair. No, it's not.
It's her.
I mean, you
It's
checking
on
out
her
Beyonce
head.
last week. You do have a little something yourself.
I do have
I
a
thought
little
that was
something,
you.
something underneath. But hey, on top, Ebony gets me right. Okay. So that's all we're gonna worry
It
about.
looks great.
Thank
I
you
didn't
very
get to compliment you. You ran from me today. You and Khaleesi on something. I don't know what it is, but
You always already putting us in cahoots with each other.
pretty much is what it is, and it's always something.
Something.
Okay.
Yeah, but today's topics, man, I have an interesting topic, but I'm going to let ladies go first. I don't know which one of you all want to go first, but I do have an interesting topic, but I'm going to let you all go. You got something you want to tell the listeners? You got something that sparks your interest?
I definitely do.
What is
So
it?
what I was thinking about is, how do I bring it up?
Speak up.
How do I bring it up? Oh, big wheel, keep on. Okay, I'm sorry.
How do you bring it up?
Okay. I was thinking about, how do you get into the places where
Go to your phone. You always
Yeah.
can do that.
Give me a second.
Never fail, baby.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Moving right along. I'm gonna go back to my girl, Tiffany Haddish. You know she's sober and celibate, practicing celibacy.
What does sober have to do with celibacy?
That's her practice now. So
Oh,
I
so-
guess to help her
so
get on
the
her, get
alcohol
on her
got her-
journey, to help her get on her journey, she's taking a new path.
And what's the journey?
Well, you ain't said something, so what's your thoughts on that? Because your
no,
mind is going. Your
no.
mind is going.
I'm elaborate. I want to hear what's the journey.
To get her back into to get her back from where she came from, she's practicing celibacy now with her sobriety.
Brings on another question. And where she come from? Bring her back where she come from.
Where she's coming from, getting over the hump that she just came through. You know, we talked about it last week when you said she was slumped in her car, and I said she didn't get a fair for a trial.
She did.
I didn't think she was treated fairly, but
She pleaded guilty.
she shouldn't have, cause she was just sleeping. You know how I feel about drinking and sleeping.
No, what do you?
It goes
What do you
together.
feel about drinking? and sleeping?
I was just going to say that. What are your thoughts? You said it goes together.
Shoot.
As
do.
long as you ain't
They
went
do.
overboard, because otherwise, you know, you go too far, you close your eyes, darkness spins,
It goes.
That-
and that's a horrible feeling.
That's not really helping your case right now. She's saying.
I feel like
No, I just said just as long as you don't, you know, go overboard. You know,
I don't know
how
what
to handle your
overboard
liquor.
is, but I can tell you, she was if overboard was defined as a person, Tiffany Haddish definitely was overboard.
Mm.
She was slumped over in the vehicle, unconscious, appearing to be dead. And the people came,
sleeping.
and she was just sleeping. She was sleeping off.
Not Dead
what
sleep.
appeared to be a D, she ended up getting a DUI. Now, if that's not the definition of a DUI,
Now, question. Now, I'm just really fast. DUI stands for what?
Driving
Driving.
under
Under
an
the influence.
influence.
you finna
But
say
she
the
wasn't
same.
driving right.
You finna say the
She
same
was not
thing.
driving.
So if she was parked and it was not in drive,
She could not been driving. She
Under
could
the
not been
influence.
driving under the influence.
I agree with that.
She
No.
just played my case.
I'm just saying.
That does
I
not
like
mean
that.
a thing.
But that was being responsible
y'all
if you
finished?
pull over and
Oh, y'all
decide to go to
finished?
sleep because you can't drive.
Are you all finished?
She was
I'm
being
just
responsible.
saying. Would it be better for her to have kept driving and trying to make it? Or was it better for her to pull over and sleep it off?
But you just proven the case. You do realize that, right?
What, that she did drive, but they didn't catch her during
You
that
said,
moment?
what you just said, you proved it because you said, would it have been better for her to?
Not
Wouldn't it have been better for
drive.
her to pull over? Oh, so why would she need to pull over?
But they didn't catch her while she was driving.
You answered.
No,
you,
no,
you
no.
answered the
So
question
you-
that
so
I didn't
you
ask.
say-
I said,
No, I
why?
get exactly what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So you're saying, why would she have to pull over because she was drunk? She was driving under the
I didn't
influence.
say she was drunk.
Well, driving under the influence. We're going to use that term because that's what they
Was-
charged her with, right?
Oh no, say it again. Say it again.
She was driving under the influence.
Exactly.
Okay, but according to the law,
here
if
it
they
is.
wouldn't,
Here, whoa,
if they
I
ain't,
wanna
if they
hear
didn't
this.
pull her over,
Tell me the law.
according to, if they did not pull her over,
What penal
who
code
was
is that?
seen
Let
her?
me look that up.
Well, you pull up your penal codes.
I don't have to pull it. I don't remember it, but I do remember this. And some know that. I told her a little something about it last week.
Well, I wasn't here last week, so fill me in.
Okay, you don't necessarily.
He came up with the fact.
I didn't come up with nothing. It's the law.
He
Okay.
came up with the fact that the key just has to be in the car. You have to, if the keys are actually in the car and you're drunk, then there's a case there.
Okay.
Okay, now let see. See, she really coming out like he came up. No, I didn't come up with nothing.
Yeah, he made it up.
No, actually, I told her a little story. I told her a story.
Okay.
did.
I was at one point in time in my life going to school for law.
Okay.
Okay, and this same topic, not with Tiffany or Haddish, of course,
Right.
but this topic, because we had a few bottle lifters in there, they brought this up, saying that they had got pulled over, but they were sleeping, and they were not driving, but they got a DUI. They didn't get a DWI, they got
Right.
a DUI. And they said, how was that when they were only in the vehicle,
Okay.
but they were not driving? The law states that you don't have to be driving. If they can prove that you were under the influence and the keys are in the vehicle, they don't have to be in ignition. They can be in the back seat. They can be in your pocket, which you'd rather not be in your pocket, but possession is 9/10 of the law. Under the influence, they prove that with the sobriety test and everything. So they can prove that you're under the influence, and the keys are in there that makes it possession. You're under the driver's seat, or you're the one in the vehicle under the influence, you get the case for driving under the influence. Whether they caught you actually driving, that would be DWI.
Correct.
If you had the keys to that vehicle and you in the vehicle, is driving under the influence, whether they saw you visually or not. They proved it with the possession law and the under influence law.
Okay. So they did some trickery, which really don't make
Well,
sense, but it's the law.
but
So I mean, if they can prove it, then okay.
Yeah, they just got to prove
Then it makes
that
her as
you-
far as for guilty.
Yeah, they proved that you are
Now,
in
is that
possession
a-
of the car and the keys to the car,
Right.
and that you're under influence. So you put them together, DUI.
Okay. And I can go with that. I mean, I can't go against the law. But is this so? Is
I
this
try to
where
go
was
against
that?
the law
Where
all
is
the
she? I
time.
know.
Yeah,
But you
but
know
good
they
luck with
always
that.
win majority of the time,
But
right?
you know, long as the keys now, nobody knew this. Long as the keys are not in the car,
Then you did.
then you just under the influence. But you not accused of driving, because how can you operate the vehicle without the keys?
Correct. Who gonna put a map?
Look, but they cannot find the damn keys. So if you're gonna be in here drunk, don't have the keys in the car.
Open
Now,
up your
semi-
door, put them up under the car, close
what
your
I
door
did.
back.
because they're
That
not
was-
in the
that
car.
was my theory.
Right.
So, but if you get caught with the keys, then that's just a done deal.
So then let me ask you this: is that a universal law over all states, or is it just only in certain states?
I know it's Texas law.
Texas. Is that where she had the
Why?
case at?
No, I'm
No.
saying it's a
No,
Texas law.
it's a
Right.
Texas law. I don't know how many states it exists, but I know here it's here. And you know,
Okay.
Mothers Against Drunk Driving, man. Try to fight that in court. You know, this could happen to anybody.
Correct.
You hope it don't happen, but I'm not an advocate or nothing, but I understand. You know, as an adult,
Right.
if you
Well-
think you're gonna drive, you know, we got Uber, we got Lyft, we got
We
family,
do.
we got friends. I mean,
Call
get you on
somebody,
that. I get
do
you
a
on
lift,
that.
leave your car back. I mean,
so,
I get that.
I mean,
But when you just look at it just regularly, did she do, a responsible
just-
thing and just pull over and go to sleep? Yes,
but she
rather
did do
than
the
drive.
responsible thing, but it's still a
Right,
crime.
it's still the right. I
It's
get
still a
that.
crime.
If that's the law, it's the law. I mean,
It's
what
the
can
law.
you do? But you hear that,
And that
people?
was in California, so we know it's the law in California.
Okay.
We know that.
Okay.
Texas and California. We know 2 states
Right.
for sure. We're not lawyers.
I was gonna say, so you hear that, Texas and Cali? If you're out there drinking and you can't drive home and you decide to pull over, put your keys outside the car.
Throw your keys out the damn car. Find them in the morning.
Go to sleep and put them up under the car. Just remember, write yourself a note. The keys are under the,
keys
car.
are.
I like the
Well,
way
don't let
Khalees
them find the
think.
fucking note.
I like the way Khalees think. I like the way she thinks.
That
Well,
way you ain't got
coming
no
from,
DUI on your record.
Alcohol
No,
connoisseur,
connoisseur.
which I call alcohol consumer.
But so no.
Don't drink with
and
the
drive.
keys in the car. Don't drink
No.
and drive, people.
And
Call a
Not at all.
Lyft, call a Uber,
Call Lyft.
Yep.
call
They are
Phone a
out there to
friend.
service you.
call a family member.
Phone a friend.
Yeah.
Call a
Something. Be
friend.
safe.
Yes. So,
Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of times when people
It
get
will
out there
save
and
a
they
life.
drive drunk and it's an accident, usually the drunk driver is the one that survives and the other one is the one that dies.
And you know it's on then.
Yeah. So
Be
safe, call a Uber, come back and get your
I don't
car.
know when it's gonna go down, but it's going down. If you kill anybody or hurt anybody under that wheel. But yeah, there's and anything else you want to elaborate on, Tiffany had?
no,
She
no.
said, I want to hear about this celibacy. What does that have to do with driving under the influence?
It's a 12-step program.
And part of the steps is celibacy?
Yes. You
You,
getting to
you
know?
took the 12-step program?
I have.
And they practice celibacy?
It's getting to know yourself all over again. So, I
Why
don't
do
know. I
you-
remember.
Why do
the
y'all
12
have a
I do
tendency
not
to
remember 12
answer
steps.
questions I did not ask? I said, does it have anything to do
I do
with
not remember the 12
abstinence?
steps. I cannot. Huh?
Oh, you don't remember?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, you ain't gonna remember no celibacy. That ain't have. Hey, wait, bro. I said I work on the alcohol. I ain't say nothing about no fucking sex. But
But it's a spiritual journey, I guess, working on yourself.
why this spiritual journey always obscure sex? What is up with this journey? Who want to go on that fucking journey?
Well, I think it would be as far as for teaching self-control.
You can be under control having sex.
Well,
you can
some
either
people
be
don't.
in control or they be
But
in
some
control.
people, but
There
some
will
people
be
can't.
control.
No, but it ain't that type of control. Sometimes,
Control
I
is
mean,
control.
everybody. I always say this: everybody has a vice, right? So when I met my one homegirl, we was all kicking it. We was out, but she was like, she don't drink. And I said, well, everybody has a vice. What's yours? And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, I drink occasionally. I was like, this one right here smokes. I said, the only one left is sex.
Right, be
And she was
drugs,
like,
baby.
well, I mean, it kind of goes along with the, smoking whatever in that aspect. But she was
Just like
like,
alcohol goes along
but I was
with it.
right. And she was like, it is sex. And I was like, oh, yeah, because, I mean, it's only a few vices that's out there. So at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to pull in that self-control so therefore your mind can
But
think.
see, hers didn't have nothing to do with alcohol. Therefore, there was no need for celibacy.
Well, maybe when she drank, alcohol that made her more sexual.
Because it heightens up the feeling.
You know,
I mean, it's a possibility, is it not?
I think y'all just reaching.
No. Really? So you mean to tell
He
me when
doesn't
you go
drink,
out
so
it?
he
Oh, he
doesn't-
doesn't.
he doesn't
Oh.
drink, so he don't
Well,
really
what we
know.
conversating with you for?
No, he doesn't drink. So
If you
therefore he
don't
doesn't
drink
know.
and you don't understand,
Yeah.
what you asking the question for?
You have a good time
You
with
let me
somebody.
go 20 minutes without telling her why I'm doing it. So you don't realize what I'm doing and why I'm doing it.
You don't drink,
I
so
don't
you don't
drink.
know.
Just so you don't
So
know.
you
Next.
I don't think you all out there you all out there to
But I
late.
didn't want to open that
You
door
don't even
'cause to know it to
understand. You know,
try it.
I'm on the bank like a motherfucker. You in the
To
boat, you
know
out
it
there
is
in the
to
middle.
try it, so I don't want to push you to drink it.
I've drunk before.
But you don't drink.
But you don't drink regularly.
Negative. I do not.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I can
I grew up
respect
in a
it.
house that pretty much sobered me out.
Okay.
You grew up like I grew up. You got your ass whooped and they was the one drunk. What the fuck I got to do with this?
Right.
I'm a kid and still getting. I don't think alcohol is something I wanted to do. I just learned that as a kid. I mean,
Right.
I'm not saying that,
Right.
to each his own.
To each his
Right.
own.
I mean, but that's what your journey just brought you to from what
Yeah,
you experienced as a
my
child.
journeys was from experience what I couldn't control. As a
Right.
child, you have limited to no control over an adult,
Right.
especially when they're drunk. So that's just who I am. I mean,
Okay,
I don't
ain't
have
nothing wrong with it.
Nothing
So I
against
just
you.
say good luck
Right.
to Tiffany
I
Haddish
respect
in
you.
all her endeavors and moving right along.
You and this Tiffany Haddish. Huh?
I love her. I'm a supporter.
Same
do.
here.
I mean, okay. Anything else?
No, I'm done with that one.
Next topic. What else you got?
topic.
What else you got? I know you got something.
No,
something.
we're gonna move on to you.
No. Ladies first. Khaleesi.
Well,
Hey, what's your topic? I know you got something.
oh, I got some.
What
What
is it?
about this Chris Brown and Quavo diss?
Oh shit.
Have you heard it?
Have you heard it? I heard it.
Now, what? Okay, before. So, what are your thoughts?
You know, I never saw a rapper get tested by an R&B artist on a battle rap. I mean, it's like a battle. Well, it wasn't really a battle
He
rap
put
because
it down for the Brown.
okay. Yeah, I never saw R&B smash a rapper before.
Me-
But you know, rap done. See,
That goes back.
now
to
I'm
your
not gonna
top-
say Chris Brown ain't too. He ain't old school, but he sort of in that little middle part.
he been in the game for a
Yeah,
minute,
he been there.
right?
He kind of remind me of a Usher on the cool. You know, not really into that kind of stuff, but then you can bring it out of. You can kind
Right.
of see the gangster. You can kind of see the gangster in
Right.
it. You know, we ain't talking about the Rihanna thing.
Right.
I'm saying you can kind of see the gangster in him. And I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Quavo really was gonna do something till I heard that shit.
Disappointing, to say the least.
Disrespectful to the rap game. What the hell was Quavo talking about?
I don't know. When
Who
it first
found that-
started off, it sounded like a love song.
Who found that soundtrack? Who found that beat? What? Who?
I kind of lost interest in it.
I have
'cause,
so
I
many
kinda
questions.
tuned in and tuned out.
I have so many questions.
But I was tuned into Chris Brown though.
I heard that when Quavo went. When I first heard it, I heard Quavo first.
Okay.
Okay.
And this before Chris, I thought he was gonna smash him. I really thought, to be honest, Chris, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, CB, I really did think that this rapper was gonna smash him. But when I heard what he kind of lost me in like the first 30 seconds. And I wasn't surprised. I was like, well, I never heard Chris really. You know, I know he been doing little, you know how they do the collabs and stuff like that. I didn't. You know, but that could have went anywhere. You know, there's him with 50 and Wayne. You know, he done did shit with everybody. So, but what the?
Well, it lets you know how
I
talented he
went 30
really
seconds
is.
in on
Yeah.
Quavo, and I was ready for it to go off. But then I just said, let me go on, hear it out.
Right.
Because you know how some shit, like stand up, you know, I'm a comedian. You know, sometimes you start off and be like, what, man? And then, you know, you kind of find your footing, and this thing, you know, that was an all right show, man. That's
Right.
what's up, man. I really
Yeah.
appreciate that, you know. So I thought that's how that was going to go.
Right.
But as the seconds went, that shit started going further and further and further and further. And so what the F? You know, like,
Right.
no, not well, that's funny. What the
fuck?
fuck was that? And I hadn't even heard Chris yet. Man, Chris smashed the shit out this dude.
Man.
I was like, what the hell? And this is
TKO.
R&B.
I just
But
want to
that
hear it.
on the cool, I'm gonna tell you, he could have never done that shit to back in our rap. Boy, Tupac, somebody smashed. He
Would have went all the way in.
It'd have been all the way in. NWA, you know, just some names of people, you know, like DMX or somebody
Right.
would have smashed. I think even Jay-Z would have smashed it. But these new rappers, I see, boy.
Right.
Where was his ghostwriters at?
He should have had some.
He should have had.
He should have
boy.
had somebody. Because right there, he needed help.
I'm firing my whole
Let's
crew.
see it.
Man.
You know how you had that entourage sitting with you and shit, and everybody doing their head like, and that shit weak as fuck.
Completely.
Everybody bobbing their head like it. No, so nobody say, bro.
Don't do it.
No, don't even say nothing. Just look at him and be like,
What can you say?
entourage. That's what I say about them goddamn entourage.
Well, that's why you got to have the right people around you. They'll set you up for failure, and they clearly set him up for failure.
And that fucked his career. I ain't gonna say his career over, but they kind of put a dent in,
Oh,
in,
big
in
time.
some shit.
Big time.
Look,
Because
you-
Chris
you-
Brown's last line, you just got bodied by a singing nigga.
Yeah.
That, I mean,
I want you to
that
play
by
it.
itself. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Which part you want to hear?
All of it.
You want to hear the Quavo?
Oh, you want to hear Quavo's first? Or we just going to do
I'm
Chris
gonna go to the
Brown?
restroom until Quavo.
Because Quavo going to put you to sleep.
I'm gonna take you. Go on,
You
let her
gonna
hear
do Chris
it.
Brown?
She gotta hear it though. Go on and let her hear Quavo.
Hear Quavo?
Let her hear Quavo
Oh,
first.
Lord.
Let her hear Quavo first. I think you could have got Quavo on this one.
I could have got Quavo.
I think you could have got him.
Okay.
I don't know about the rest of his
Right with my
music, but on
comedy
this
career.
one, I'd have got a ghostwriter. I ain't gonna lie.
Does it go down?
Huh? No, you gotta hear Quavo. You gotta hear Quavo.
So I
You
need
can't
to type
get it.
Do I need to stand up and type it?
Oh yeah, you got to touch the screen.
Just put Quavo
There you go.
tripping.
There you go. Quavo. Right there.
Quavo tripping. That's what you need to put up there.
Yeah, all right. Take you a 2-minute nap.
It's a whole 2 minutes.
Is that as loud as it go?
All he said was pussy. You will not.
That's how they was in the studio.
Nah, they was like this.
When he was coming up with it. You know he had a
How was
hype
they
man.
That's the only word he know.
You hear me? Says give you a pillow talk.
Everybody just need to go to sleep.
Close your eyes and listen to it. Where is it?
Really?
That's the end of it.
I'm trying to make the end of it.
Okay, that's enough of that. It's got to be the end of it. Okay.
I would hope so.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's,
Okay.
Let's go to the R&B.
You want me to do it?
it sounded like the only little words he knew was P-U-S-S-Y. Okay.
You got it, son?
It's right here.
Oh, you got it? There you go. You got it turned up?
I don't know where the volume is. You want me to pause it?
Yeah. Oh, it's all the way up. It's all the way up.
Okay.
You play it.
Well, this one's good. It kind of make you want to jam.
And the fact that he started off with a
Like,
voicemail from him.
he's an R&B singer. Can you just picture him doing the moonwalk to that?
Oh, shoot.
There, right there.
You don't scratch. I just come away.
Really wish he was listed.
Yeah.
Mic drop right there.
Man,
Oh, the mic didn't drop. It dropped a little.
man, from the
mic
very
dropped-
beginning.
The mic dropped in the beginning.
Woo!
God damn. Say, man, I think all the R&B rappers, all the R&B artists need to just start rapping.
Start rapping.
I think all the R&B rappers, R&B artists should start rapping.
What you think
Well, I know
about
that-
that, Khalees?
Well, I know first off, just starting off, he played a voicemail from Quavo saying he didn't want no smoke with him. So that right there just already lets you know that you done put a diss out. I don't know when that voicemail was, but you already showing that
Hello.
you don't want no mess. Like,
Toward
you
the
really
who?
a punk, the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And then Chris
Yeah, I
went
did,
in
I did.
from the first line to the last line. I don't think he took a breath
Huh? Yeah, it's delayed. It's delayed.
because he went all the way in.
Pretty much said
He didn't let
adios,
up.
amigos.
Had his knee on his man. Hats off to Chris Brown. Truly talented.
I didn't know he had that in him.
Huh.
I mean, I fuck with him.
Yeah.
But on that part, I ain't
Man.
know.
I mean, I've heard that he's really talented, but this right here lets you know
No, they
he gonna get you on every level. He gonna out dance you, he gonna out sing you, and he about to out rap you.
He already got you on the singing.
Right.
You know he got you on the singing.
Right. No,
But
he
when
did
they
his
come,
thing.
when he come into your house and smash you,
TK on real fast.
That's all the way. That's like a Mike Tyson fight.
Adios.
That's what that
Amigos.
was.
That's what he said.
yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know this Quavo dude, but that had to be a little damaging to his
A
rap
little.
shit.
You said a little?
Yeah.
Nah,
Now, you
that's
can
a-
bounce back in music. You can have a bad song. You know.
That's well, I can understand song, but that's a diss track.
Yeah, by somebody in a whole different.
Genre. A whole different
Man.
field.
I mean, the
Ballgame.
beat was better.
Yeah.
The
I
flow
think Quavo
was
thought
immaculate.
I think he thought this was gonna be a game. Like, that nigga.
He clearly didn't
He
understand
didn't
the talent
know
that
who
Chris
he was,
Brown
yeah,
had.
he didn't know what he was up against.
Correct.
How long Quavo been in the game? Can't be
Long
long.
enough. I think when I looked, I think it said 2008.
Oh, he knew.
Yeah, he knew. Because Chris Brown been in the game since 2002.
Man, I was about to say, Chris been in the game.
So
for a
before
minute.
you get ready to diss somebody, you might want to really do your homework.
Yeah. But then he ain't never, well, he have been with artists and rappers and shit.
Yeah.
And he do a little rap. He do a little something on them.
Yeah, because when he did the one with Busta Rhymes and
50, he did one with 50.
yeah,
50 Cent. And you
but
know,
they just didn't think he had them lyrics like
That's
that.
what it was. He didn't think. You know, some people just be out their zone. You know, they be so far in their zone, so they don't realize that somebody is in a zone like really past you on the cool. You so over here,
Right.
and then you jumped in a lane that you had no business in.
Yeah, I think that was all Chris.
I think so. I think he's talented enough and versatile enough that he was able to pull that off. Because that was personal.
That sound like, you know, just a fan. Okay, think about it. Think about it. When Tiffany Haddish doing her, you know, that's your people. When she doing her comedy and stuff, well, Cat Williams made some little comment about it, said she not funny, but she funny to somebody. I don't really be agreeing with, you know. Now, when you're not funny to a lot of people, majority of people, then yeah, you might want to get somebody to write. But when she do her thing, do it seem like it's the person that you know as Tiffany Haddish?
Yeah, you can
You know,
watch
because
it
some
from-
people can, you know, when you get that big, you know, when you get big,
Right.
you can, hey, look, I want to be somebody else today. You know, and as a fan of comedy or rap or R&B or whatever, you know, your artists and stuff, like I told you off the air that Puff Daddy, when he was doing music and not all in the you know, in the news like right now,
Right.
I could tell Puff Daddy was one of my artists that I liked. Since Biggie, I fucked with Puff Daddy. No Diddy. You know everybody
Right.
no Diddy now, right? Okay. And sometimes he would make songs that you like, that ain't Puff Daddy. You know, because
Right.
you've been listening to your artist so long. So that's why I asked you about Tiffany Haddish. Sometimes she sound like herself, or does she sound any different? Or she sound like the Tiffany Haddish you know?
She sounds like the Tiffany Haddish.
It's
you
somebody
know.
that you listen to, you'll
Yeah.
know how your artist sound. You got a
Right.
favorite artist? I mean, somebody you really like?
Right. Yeah. And you can tell when they do. That's why I think that was Chris Brown. I
That's why-
think because the lines that he spit were personal.
Yeah.
Can't nobody else put a touch on a personal thing that you went through like you can,
Like you. You know how they say be yourself?
man. And he went in because when you start
And
talking
Quavo
about
was
the
himself.
ex,
Quavo was himself. He thought that he could smash him, talking about a dope fiend, try to hit him with that shit, try to hit him when I
smash
fuck your
his-
girl.
I mean, but how many
That-
times
that
did he have to
sound
say
like-
P-U-S-S-Y?
That's why I say he being himself.
Right.
That's his That's his music. Either that's him or somebody real close to him that knows him. It got to be somebody close to you. You know that, like, they'll
Right.
ride with you, fuck with you, hang out with you, do everything with you. Then they can write bars,
For
maybe even
right.
take a few of your bars and do a
Write
little
it for
creative
him.
writing for you.
Right.
Right. I used to be in a music. We had a group. You know, I wasn't an artist. I just was like part of the creation.
Okay.
Okay, I can't even say I was a manager. I just was part of it, you know, part of the record group, part of the label. And as far as advice and different things, you know, just not a fan,
Right.
little bit more than a fan, with a little more authority to say so and everything. But I didn't consider myself as an artist or not even creating. But I had a friend, one of our artists. He knew the street. He knew the streets, but he was afraid. He never wrote, okay? He
Okay.
never wrote music, but he knew the streets. So this
Right.
ghostwriter tried to come up and say, "Hey, just tell me a little bit about you, and then I can write the thing, okay?"
Right.
But when he wrote it, it was whack. See, I knew him. I grew up with him.
Right.
I grew up with my partner. He was the face. You know, like he would be, honestly, if we were doing music right now, he would be like, let's say, like a Snoop Dogg or something. Well, no, not like Snoop Dogg. What Rick Ross? He'll be like a Rick Ross of the game.
Okay.
And probably even bigger than, you know, to me, Rick Ross was, you know, they found out he wasn't really, you know, I know he made good music, but they found out he really wasn't street like that, you know? But my partner really was, but street like that, people don't normally rap. That's why it seems so real. Like when J.C. Verre came out,
Right.
that's why it seems so real. Because he was straight from the street. DMX, straight from the street. Tupac, no. Tupac was not from the street, but he was an artist.
He was.
You know that you know when he came out with Juice was the first thing.
He was
Right.
on.
It seemed like he was and he just jumped in the character. He just lived the character, but it really wasn't. You could tell because you see, sometimes he go into the revolution. Sometimes he would go into the revolution, and then sometimes he'll go into the gangster shit. He was a Gemini, and that's what Geminis do. They can go.
Well, you just have some
You
people that are
are
able
shit.
to fit in no matter
I'm a
where
Gemini,
they go.
so
Oh.
I kind of understand that shit. You can go from one to the other, you know, and you be really jump into that character. And as him being a professional, being trained on it in
Right.
schools, and he could do it, and it made it seem so real. But then
He
his
did.
other
He's
reel come
awesome
out, the
with
Black
it.
Panther, you know, type music could come out. So some people couldn't distinguish, but I could. And like my partner is like, he from the street, straight from it. You can't write from a person that you don't know. So the music wouldn't sound
Made up.
original.
Right.
So like when we doing this podcast, is this something right here? Yeah, pretty much. That's her.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I put on for my niggas. I put
Oh
on.
shit, hell.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No, that's her, man.
It's me all the time.
100% original,
Right.
from what I've known, what I come to learn. Now this Khaleesi girl, seems pretty original.
She is definitely original.
Well, there is
write
only
it.
one
Cannot
Khaleesi
write
K.
it.
Only one,
Only
Cannot write
one.
it.
the one and only.
The one and only.
This is
'Cause,
the
sweetie,
Wells funny. This is
I don't
Will
match
that's
energy.
funny.
I shift
I
atmospheres.
shift the atmosphere. I like that.
Yes.
Write that down. We're gonna steal that.
You can't steal it.
We're gonna
She
borrow.
shift the
Okay, we're gonna
atmosphere.
borrow it.
You gonna
Match
borrow
your
it.
Energy.
Cause see, we don't match the energy around here. We shift.
We
The
shift
atmosphere.
We shift
atmospheres.
the atmosphere
Okay.
on this axis on 3.14. That's a circumference of the pie, and that's all I know. That's it.
Did I just tell you school was over?
It's over for me. That was all I had.
Okay.
That's all I got.
You know,
I was not into circumference.
Right.
I don't
Well-
know shit about that. But 3.14 is the circumference of a pie.
Well, I guess to wrap up the Quavo and the Chris Brown, I just think one, Quavo needs a new set of people around him.
I think he just need to grow up.
so y'all saying he need writers?
Well, I'm just gonna say when you got yes people around you and not nobody that's gonna be honest and truthful with like say
Because that
that's
should
not
have
good
never
enough.
came out. That's
Not
what
at all.
I'm saying. That was
He
whack.
should have. The people in his crew should have been like, you got to go harder than that. And then whoever got this beat, no, we got to have a beat that's gonna be banging because
And that-
in all music, what's the first thing that catches a person? The beat.
The beats.
So
Man.
if the beat is starting off lame, now it started off
Stop
like,
right there. Yeah, you're supposed to stop, motherfucker.
and then it came on in, okay, and it'll make you bob a little bit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It did in the beginning. It did.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, the lyrics put you to sleep.
He had a one hook.
So
line.
If you got a weak beat, you got to come on with the lyrics.
Correct. One or the other.
One
but
or the
Chris
other.
Brown did both.
Yes.
He did both. And it wasn't just no all because we like Chris Brown. Nah, he
Now he pulled you
smashed
in, he
this
kept
dude.
you in, and
he smashed it. He
There
smashed
I
you
it.
think
go.
that has been a
And he kept
unanimous
smashing
vote. I haven't
Yeah.
heard not one person say, "Oh no, Quavo did that." No,
I'm
no.
gonna
Chris
tell you who
Brown.
said that Quavo did it. The mother that's sitting there getting paid by Quavo because they let him do that.
But that's why he needs again look at the people around you.
But I'm telling you, I was on a label and I used to look at something, and this is something I said that really got me off the label. They played a song. Now you know this, 16 tracks. You know we got 16 tracks. Now they be having more because they shorten the songs. But I'm
Right.
saying like 16 tracks, right? Song. You know that first song come on. Normally ain't your shit. It really not.
Right.
It be like number 3 or it don't never be
On
one.
down the way.
This
Yeah.
is number 7. Man, I like number 11. You know, man, the first song come on, everybody like this.
Right.
Okay, second song come on. Man, that's the shit right there. Third song come on. Man, they did that shit about 5 or 6 times, and I stopped. The DJ tried to play, so I said, I just got one question. Man, let the shit play. And I said, man, I got one question, bro. How is every song on here a hit? And they got mad at me. And that what I'm saying is somebody need to stand up and say, hey, no, I'm not that. Probably need to redo that one. The whole CD is a hit, and not now song made it to the radio. So I was right, right?
right.
Right.
Either the songs wasn't shit or the promotion wasn't on.
Correct.
Something. Now, if you ain't gonna be shit, you better have somebody that put your shit on the radio.
I totally agree. I mean, if you're gonna be my friend, if I'm out of line
Somebody
and something
gotta
I'm doing
tell
is not
you.
100%, I need you to pull my
So,
coattail
see,
and let me know.
That's why I said I listen
not
to
for
rap,
me.
but that don't mean that everything that gets played, I'm gonna listen to.
Right.
I ain't gonna fuck with everything. And that's just reality. That's life. You don't
Yeah.
fuck with everything.
No. Some are hitters.
So I mean, it's like you
That's
gotta
just
have a
what it
standard
is.
somewhere. Hey, bro, I down, man. Turn that shit. Nah, nigga. Nah, So you
Right.
gotta have one of them kind of partners.
But
When
you know, a lot of
passing
people
the
get.
blunt, I mean, I appreciate your honesty, my nigga. I was just about to put that bullshit out.
But you know, a lot of people get offended by that because a lot of people want yes people
Well, they
around
want
them.
then that's a yes man wanting a yes
Right.
man. That's just pretty much what that is.
Because I've had, different friends, of course, over the years, and I have my core friends, and they all know if I call you and I'm asking you something, I want you to be truthful and I want you to be honest with me. So therefore, if what I'm doing is not the best of my ability, I need you to let me know that. Because if you for me, you should want the best out of me. And if you know I'm not giving my best, then you need to, tell me.
push me up.
And I shouldn't be offended.
Because
I should
that's a
go back in and get to work.
Because what that is.
That's a true friend.
That's a true friend.
Yeah.
You don't need nobody to say everything you do is just ain't nothing wrong with it.
Love is
But
correction.
some people cannot always handle that.
Huh?
Some people cannot always handle that.
Well, that ain't your friend. But they can still be your friend, but they may not be the one that you
But there's a way to be able to
Yeah,
say it
there's
because
a
you don't
certain
have
type
to
of
be
friend.
rude about it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you're my friend, I'm going to learn you enough to know that, okay, I may not be able to say it this way, but I can figure out a way to bring it to you to say, hey, friend, you know what? I get that this is what you're trying to do, but
This might not be for you.
or just, you know, maybe you can tweak it a little bit different, or maybe you can do this, or give some
So
other
you think you can
suggestions.
save it? You think you can save the friendship?
No, it's
By
not even
being
about
truthful.
saving the train. Well, at the end of the day,
And a person that don't want to hear the truth.
well, if a person don't want to hear the truth, then they're really not interested in growing.
Well,
Because
I
if you wanna
agree. I'm
grow,
just-
then you're
'cause
willing to
I heard
take-
you. It sounded like you was trying to salvage that shit. Like, oh,
No, because I mean, well, like you say, you have people. Everybody's different, so you can't always give a delivery to one person the way that you do the next.
oh,
And if you're doing this out of love, then you don't mind changing the way
You know,
that
that
you
makes
approach
sense.
that person.
That's like
you know why?
parenting 101.
Because remember, I just said that. I said when she was saying about the questions, I asked the question that I knew that was your topic, and she didn't like me at. But then you came back and said, I'm gonna ask the question that I'm already gonna talk about, and then I'm gonna give my feed on
made
it.
sense.
So I said, you know what? That made sense. See, I thought that maybe I should ask you the question because I know that's what you're gonna talk about.
Right.
I said, how you gonna ask for it then answer it? But you said maybe she was gonna ask the question, then you give your input, then she give her input. See, it's two ways to look at it. It's
Right.
more than one way to look at things.
Yeah, I always say it's
I'm
more than
open.
one.
See how easy that was?
No, it took some more seasoning.
Shifting the atmosphere.
Okay, shifting the atmosphere. It took some more seasoning.
And the circumference of a circle is 3.14 pi.
3.14.
Yeah, remember that 3.14. You learned that from me. That's all I know about circumference. But you learned it from me. Did you know that already?
No,
No, you didn't. See that?
nope.
We learn stuff
Something
Every
new.
day.
Every day.
It may not be worth shit. But may not take you nowhere else.
Hey, but you know it.
But at least you learn something that you know ain't gonna take you nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, my topic.
What do you have for us today?
Yeah, y'all supposed to. Okay, stop right there.
So what do you
y'all
have
supposed
for
to
us?
ask me.
So what do you have for us today, Sam? What are you
Oh.
bringing to Well That's Funny
Well, that's funny podcast,
podcast?
hosted by Sam P and co-hosted by
Some.
some special.
Just some,
And-
nigga. Call
And we
me
have a
special.
special guest, Khaleesi K.
Your lady Khaleesi K.
Yes.
Produced by Royals Lane Studios. Biz, the producer. Want to thank Biz for having us on. Thank Khaleesi K for coming through. That water looks fucking. Is that Kool-Aid?
No, it's water. It's just a colorful bottle.
Man, it make you want to drink water, don't it? Oh, that motherfucker make me drink water right there. It actually looks good.
Burlington. That's where I got my water bottle from.
Already. Where the water come from? Faucet.
No, so I actually have a guy that I've been dealing with for about 10 years that I get my alkaline water from. So
Okay.
it's pure alkaline. I just meet up with him. He has the machine, and
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
what's up. The water looks good though. I really want to take that.
can't have it.
Oh man, my topic, man. What's my topic?
Right.
Some in
What is your
Khaleesi K. Man, my
Let us have
boy,
it.
my boy T.D. Jakes, man. You know, I listened to him a lot for years. I hadn't been to the Potter's house, but I'm real messed up, man. I'm real messed up.
Yeah, it's I know it's disappointing for a lot of people.
I'm messed up, man. That don't mean I'm not gonna stop listening to him. I'm just messed up about
How it's
what's he's
gonna-
involved in with the P. Diddy thing, man.
Do you think he had any parts in it?
That's not the question. I'm just.
I mean, you know,
That's like, wow.
It's not gonna stop me from listening to him, though.
Right?
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people ain't stopped listening to R. Kelly.
I'm stuck,
No,
man.
I'm still-
I'm stuck, man. I'm
Right.
stuck. But I'm a good stuck. because very motivational. Made me see things from different, uplifting. I listened to him for some years. It ain't been 10 years, but it's been up there about a good 7. And you know how sometimes you can hear something and it turns you, but it didn't, you know how they say, I'm just, you know how your mama say, I'm not mad, I'm just real disappointed in you.
Right.
I'm just disappointed. Because maybe this may have something to do with his further, for him, listeners listening further in the future. With his, like, cause some of his, I know he got some kind of backing somewhere. I know he got some kind of sponsors.
I would say some kind of. Okay, go keep
you
going.
think so?
Yeah.
And I'm like, will he be making new, because I can listen to him for a long time. I'm not going to say hours and hours, but you know that I listen to him
Right.
a lot. And when I saw that
He's
video,
on my phone for one of my for my wake up in the morning and my motivational day started. I have him, so now we're gonna see how it's gonna pan out.
man, when I saw him in
You should
that,
have
at
read
that party, well, he was in the yard. The party really goes on as you go further and further up the stairs. But he wasn't in the house. He was in the backyard. So I don't think anything was going down in the backyard.
Well, now don't they say
It's as
guilty
it
by
go further and
association?
further up the stairs. Huh?
That's 9 times out of 10 how
I
it
told my
happens.
kids always, watch who you are around because you are put in as being guilty by association.
And it brings you back.
Well,
So-
just like I said about those keys inside that
And
car.
it
Right.
brings you back to it.
So that just kind of puts in the same thing. I just think, I think it's sad, but I think sometimes God creates a movement because sometimes we as people, we glorify man. And sometimes when you begin to put man on a pedestal above God, God
So
is going to
this
knock
is
that
what he
man
deserved.
down. I'm not saying it's what he
No, that's
deserves,
not-
but is what I'm saying is sometimes God has to get your attention, and sometimes he gets it through somebody that's bigger to make you understand that this is man that's delivering my word, and nobody, and I do mean nobody, is going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Nobody's going to be able to escape being tested and having to go through trials and tribulations. Now, what he does in this moment and how he continues to go, we'll continue to see, is he the man of God that he's been saying that he is? Or is it going to be something different? But then at the same time, the people that have been following him, this shouldn't pull you away from God. If anything, this should pull you closer to God, and you should be praying for him. So therefore, whatever the outcome is, this man can be delivered, healed, and whole, and come back with a force to help bring people back to God. But at the end of the day, a lot of the time, we as the world, we put man on a pedestal, and ain't nobody supposed to be up on that pedestal except for God.
So you. So you're saying that's what he get.
No, I'm not saying that's
No.
what he gets. I'm just saying, like, sometimes, like, none of us ever knows the future. So, again, I'm not judging the man because I don't know what he's done and what he has not done. He hasn't done anything to me. But at the end of the day, apparently, we know that there's other things that are happening out there that we'll never really know the truth of. We get bits and pieces because we're not in that world or of that world. So at the end of the day, it's not for me to judge, but God knows all. So at the end of the day, if this is what God sees fit to happen, it may not be true. And this may just be a trial and tribulation that he has to continue to go through. And then it could be true. And either way it is, God is going to deliver his vengeance and his justice according to what T.D. Jakes has done.
I think, honestly, it was the powers of the leaders of this world. I think, like, how they put the dresses on the black men, and they say it's all for entertainment, but it's really to kind of belittle them and let them know who's in charge. It's like some kind of ritual or something. You know, they could have never done that to T.D. Jakes. They could never take that kind of power from him. So what they did was they put him in a position to take him down, to destroy him. And all the religious people going to look at it like, look at this man, you know, he's supposed to be a man of God and all this stuff here. And he was even trying to tell people, like, I never said I was perfect.
Right.
He was even trying to say that. But I think all the followers and all the listeners, you know, they always take our leaders away. You know, when the last time black people had a leader?
You can't just say that he's taking.
No.
They're taking the leader away.
I'm gonna ask the question
I mean-
first. Not that one. Not that one. Answer this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Answer this one.
Go ahead.
Smart guy. I mean, smart
Go
girl.
ahead.
Smart
Go
girl.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
When was the last time black people had a leader? That majority, like a lot of people listened and followed. When? The last. The 60s.
You gonna say Martin Luther King?
Martin Luther King. Every time a leader comes for the people, for our people, what happens to the leader? They just get better at it. You know, they used to smoke, you know, they just kill them. You know, even they were even listening to Tupac. We were listening to Tupac. He was an icon, he was a rap. Listen, follow me now, I ain't gonna lose you. You ain't gonna be lost because y'all understand, y'all pretty educated here. So follow me now. Tupac. We were listening to Tupac. He was a rapper. Black people were listening to Tupac, and when he get off of his I'm a gangster move, and then get on Brenda Had a Baby, and you know, when he started getting on the real shit, we were listening to both, and we were actually following Tupac. When he died, we were still listening to Tupac, right? Now they have the rappers now. Who listen? What do they listen to? People listen to rappers. What are the rappers doing now? They ain't talking about shit.
Nothing.
They not talking about nothing, but they had the biggest following of black people. See, you have a T.D. Jakes. He don't mock the rappers. He don't mock the
LGBTQ.
yeah. He don't mock that community. He don't talk down on white, the other races. He don't talk in a discriminative voice at all.
He's just a
They
man.
found another way to destroy him because the people were listening to him. He talked religion, but if you listen to him, everything he say ain't religion.
Right.
It's a belief in the way our people should go. And they took something. Remember, you said it earlier. You said he was supposed to be there to do what, and I kind of laughed about it. So he was supposed to be there to kind of uplift, it's something you said.
Yeah,
And
I
we were kind of
remember.
laughing about it. They took that. They knew what these people are smart.
Well, they never want us to be able to rise above.
Exactly.
So-
because we're the most oppressed. The slavery was in all races,
Correct.
except for African American. We were talking about that the other day.
Talking about that.
We're the only race that did not own slaves. Chinese been slaves. Germans been slaves. European people been slaves. Chinese people been slaves. Russians been slaves. You name a country. Africans been slaves. You name a country that wasn't enslaved. The only race that has not been is African American people. And every time we get a leader, they take him down. Now you can say that he had no business there. But they used that. You know, they did the same thing with Tupac with the rape case. You know, they tried to bring him down on the killing the cops and found out there was some bull. You know,
Right.
he's supposed to. No, he didn't kill him. I think he shot him or something.
Right.
But Bill Cosby, he wanted a
TV
news
is on TV
station.
Right. News
Because he
station.
knew that the propaganda come from the news
Correct.
and what they do.
Well, this is why I always say we have to learn to outsmart them. And the way that you do that, because I'm going to tell you, maybe about 15 years ago,
Okay.
I was looking into get ready and open up a beauty supply store.
Okay.
But I knew going to open it as a black woman, I wasn't going to get competitive prices. My prices was going to be higher than what they
And
give
you
the
know you're going
Asians.
to be out of there with that.
But I had an Asian friend, and I was going to allow her to be my front person to do all my business so I could be able to make it.
And you sit in
So
the back.
sometimes we have to sit back and learn that we ain't got to be in front. Sit back in the back sometimes and do things. So what I'm saying that is not as far as for when you said Bill Cosby. He could have been having somebody else represent him in the point of trying to buy that. And then once the deal is done, that's it.
You know those people that's
But
so
why
big.
should we have to whitewash ourselves?
You
just get a
have
point
to.
across?
You have
Well,
to do
because
that.
we're already, at the end of the day, we already know the system is set up against us.
It's to destroy us.
So we can say why this, why that, but the fact is it is not set up for us to win. So now what do? We're extremely intelligent. So let's figure out a way. We figure out everything else. But we so sometimes want to be, it's me, this is who I am. No.
That's one way to look at it.
Sit back.
So I always
It's
try
one way to
come
look
up with
at
a
it, but the
better solution.
higher you
Right.
come, they're gonna come in.
Oh, most definitely.
They're gonna come in.
Most definitely.
We don't really have. I guess we don't really truly have the answer to that because there's so many. It's taking
Thank
us.
you.
You know, they want us to be a certain way, and so many of us following that way. So when we start waking up, they get threatened and they take. Like even P Diddy was a leader in a you know, they start bringing out all this other stuff. They already knew that.
Right.
You know that.
I'm
They
going to say,
already
prime
knew that.
example.
He pissed somebody off. That's what happened.
Think back when we were as a race, we're really coming together. When Trayvon Martin got shot, Mike Brown, when we started having all these killings back to back, we as a black people were coming together. But what did they do from there? How did they separate us? Next thing you know, Hebrew Israelites became on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
Came in and began to cause a separation between us as people and in the household. They make us fight against each other. And we be so quick. We are the one race that we are so quick to turn on each other.
Either change on each other before we change on the real enemy.
Right.
Before we change
But
on
we
the
want
real
to be dripped in
enemy.
ice. We want to have on the latest Jordans and no shade.
No
I don't
shade
even
taken.
mind as far as for any of that. But at the end of the day, what does it get you? What are you building? Are you working on wealth? It's cool to be rich, but I want to be wealthy. I want my kids to eat. So my goal is to create wealth, a legacy that my family can be able to do, not to just be looking fly in front of the next person for what it is. And we have to change that mindset. We have to learn to be able to work together, love each other through our ups and downs and the differences for what it is, and go and get the bag together, period. And when we can come, and that's the problem, and that's the issue. They know that once we get to that, we are unstoppable. It's nothing that they can do. That's why they killing our black men. Why? Because the more we keep mixing with other races, everybody's gonna be brown.
Well, that was in the Bible. You know,
Yeah.
that it said eventually it's going to come a day, so we're all going to be the same color.
Correct. And we all bleed the same.
We're going to be the same shade, which means.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, at the end of the day, it shouldn't be like this. And I know everybody, of course, is not racist or things of that nature, but it's just the world that we live in. It's the, what we were dealt. We're going to keep persevering like we always do. And at the end of the day, T.D. Jakes is in the limelight. He made the choices that he's made. Now he just got to ride this wave. I believe God got him.
That's what I think. I just really think, honestly, I really think that they made it that way to take him, and I think he knows. You know that a person that intelligent cannot know that they weren't going to come after him. They say like sometimes it gets to where they won't kill you, they'll kill your legacy. That's what they've been doing. They don't kill, they got a little smarter with it.
Right.
They assassinate the character.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was a household name. You know that I grew up off it. I wanted to go to
Same
college
here.
from watching Different World.
Right.
It wasn't I was the first one to go to college in my entire household.
Right.
Me. It was grown people before me. I was the first one to go to college. And you know where I got it from? Watching Different World.
That's awesome.
Watching A Different World.
That's
A TV show.
But it let you know that you could do it.
But it had me believing
Right.
that I could do it. You can't get those kind of shows on TV anymore.
That's why we're creating our own lines by YouTubes and the
That's
different
why
things
they
of that
don't like,
nature.
they don't like the TikTok because it's educating us. They don't like the fact that you can other things coming out. Like the Russians, they told us, they found out Jesus was black. You see, they don't talk about that on the news.
Of course not.
But anyway, man, I'm gonna conclude this. I'm gonna end this show, man. Well, That's Funny podcast brought by Rory Lane Studios and Biz, our producer. I'm gonna end this show on that one. And I like the fact that we could get into these conversations. Like I say, it's That's Funny. Okay, some things I always say this. Everything ain't funny. Every day, every day it's okay to smile and laugh, but then there's reality. So if you're looking for a show that's just gonna be funny, joking, cracking jokes, and all that kind of shit, I'm not a clown. Neither are anybody that comes on this show are clowns.
Right.
So you're gonna have serious life history, things that happened to you in the past that I may want to bring out. I asked God a long time ago, just give me an audience and a microphone.
Well, it seemed like he blessed you with it.
Can you give me a microphone? I really asked for a microphone and stage in the beginning. Then I said, then I changed. I said, well, okay, I'm gonna need an audience too. So, so just let me be who I am. This is who I am.
Right.
And I do comedy, I do stand up, but I mostly do the podcast now, right?
Right.
But I love having people on there that can really show our viewers, what it is, because that's why I'm here.
Right.
And some.
I told you I'm gonna bring some season, some flavor, and some more controversy. And Khalees, I think it was destined for me to meet her because she brought an interesting show. Yes.
And you did bring somebody that's very intellectual.
Yes, very.
And very smart.
Well, I appreciate it, and I thank y'all for inviting me. I have definitely enjoyed myself, and hope to do many more.
Good thing.
Thank you.
You gotta get with our managers and our producers and our check writers and stuff like that. And we're gonna get you a nice little place in the back. Do your makeup and all that kind of shit. We're doing big things for you around here.
Hold on, Khalees. Now, Sam.
Hey, I'm trying to sell it here.
Hold on, Khalees. Yeah, keep going.
No, you done messed it up. You done messed it up. I almost had her, man. I almost had her.
Keep going.
Then some came in through a monkey wrench. We have a dressing room.
Right.
We got a dressing room back there. It's actually the bathroom with a folding chair. But it has all the hey, it's about dreams, baby.
Right.
It's dreams. Close your eyes.
And you want a platform?
Sometimes you just need the foundation.
There you go.
And from there you can
it's
build.
definitely there.
There we go.
It's definitely there.
Yeah.
You got the wall.
Somewhere to get your
from there, all we
message
got to
through.
do is go up.
You got the lights. You got a door, and you got a folding chair. Dressing room.
Yep. Every opportunity
You got
is
a
a dream.
sink. Makeup table. Bam.
Hey, make a way out of no way.
There's a way out of way, no way, hey.
Hey,
It's all about how you perceive things.
that's right.
Perception.
But
is
this
the
has
key.
been That's Funny podcast. Some you got anything to say before I conclude this show?
I'm just really enjoying the conversation that we had today, and looking forward to moving on. Hopefully, this is gonna be the beginning of a.
Why you always be trying to sound sexy and shit? Can you talk up some?
It's how you perceive it.
You sound something.
It's how you perceive it.
No diddy, no diddy.
Okay.
This is how you.
Well, this has been Well, That's Funny podcast. And Khalees, thank you again. It's been
And TD Jakes,
truly
man,
an
I'm
honor.
still a listener.
thank you.
I know you don't know me, but hey, you got a lot of listeners still out there.
And Tiffany Haddish, I'm still your #1 fan.
Okay, I like it.
I do.
Anything you got to say? You already said what you had to say?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Biz, that's it, man. Cut it off, man. See you next Wednesday. Same time,
Same. way.
same channel. Japanese say same thing.
Oh, you didn't say be sure to follow us on Well, That's Funny.
Oh, be sure to follow us. See, I told you should have started it out.
I t-
Be sure to follow us on Well That's Funny Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. We done doubled our listeners in just 7 days.
Okay.
I think in about 10 years we'd be able to meet. No, I'm not. I'm joking about that. And we're on our way.
yeah, no.
So just keep listening. Keep your head up. Peace out. Sam P.
And
Some. Don't tell me.
Blow it up.
Khaleesi K.
Khaleesi K. There you go.
Oh, you want to blow it up? You want to blow it up?
There you go.
You got to do it on three. All three, y'all. 1, 2, 3 on me. That's a good one. I learned that at a
That's what I do with my
basketball game.
kids.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. On me. But I did enjoy that show.
I enjoyed myself.
What you think? Good? Yeah?
Coach gonna keep getting better and better.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm telling you, when I looked over and I saw her, I was automatically drawn to her. I had my head down and I looked. I can't say she had like a halo, but I told her she did. And
Music and dub.
She's like, it
And
was
I
a
said-
light.
I told her, I said, I do a podcast. And she said, I'm interested.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. She said,
Well, it's funny because she said, you look familiar. And she said, do you do a podcast? I said, no, but I've been wanting to.
I
Really?
said, I do a podcast. And I
Oh, so she didn't have to tell you about the dressing room or nothing like that. You was just in from the-
I was already in. So she said, what you doing tonight? I said, I'm
Normally
free.
We got to set up. We got meals. drinks.
Nope, I was game.
She brought her own water. I like it.
That's water, looks like.
I love her already.
Yeah, she pulled it up.
Sure.
I get thirsty.
Make my little old canister look bad, but I'm too. My sister got me one too.
Okay.
And mine's clear.
Okay.
It measures how much you
much you
take.
drink.
Supposed to drink. But mine's like a whole gallon jug or
Yeah,
something.
this is a half a gallon.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
what I
is-
had.
Yeah.
I do not want to be toting that around and supposed to be drinking it out. And
That's why I did like a little bit
Not
smaller.
saying I don't love the jug that my sister got me, but yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
Every time I saw it, I got thirsty.
Make me want to drink some water too. Sure.
Yeah, I don't even drink water like that. But maybe you want to go get some water. Matter of fact, you can buy me some.
Then she got a special blend too.
Yeah, they're like each one is free. You got different water in there.
Like Bobby Boucher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up my oranges and lemons and limes.
Yep.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, I'm glad we did this.
I told you to keep getting
I
better.
told you the podcast is we'll learn one of these.
You're gonna do your homework and stop.
We'll already been doing it.
Yeah. Let me do it for you.
You on it, yeah,
It was God's plan today, baby. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I looked up and I saw her.